Okay, so paper, pencil. If you guys want to know what I'm using, this is a Sumo grip. It's like a $5 pencil. Only thing that's fancy about it is the fact that it has a wide grip, so it's a little bit more comfy on my artist callus. Getting started right away, whenever I draw, and this might seem like a waste to a lot of people, but I do a bunch of scribbles just to kind of like wake my hand up. I'll take my fingers and just stretch them back, just kind of wake up the wrist a little bit, you know? Starting out, we're going to draw a circle. Boom. Then what I like to do, or what I've kind of come to realize that helps me, you're just gonna draw a plus, okay? It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. It doesn't have to be a perfect plus. This is getting picky at this point. All you're gonna do is you're gonna draw just a little U curve. This is all I'm doing. Boom. That's it, okay? And then you're gonna touch that to the points here, right? So you're gonna touch it to the end of the line. And then we're just gonna copy the same thing underneath. If you have to turn the page around or what have you, if you need to turn it like this, upside down to help you, that's perfectly fine. Do whatever it is you feel like you need to do. There's no pressure to copy me exactly. This is just how I get there. I know that this is gonna be the top line, what is it, the eyelid, the lash line. So I know that this corner is going to be dark, so I'm going to go ahead and lay down where I know it's going to be dark. Boom. I'm going to draw not an actual circle, not a circle like this, but I'm going to kind of draw something that looks like this, a little bit more like an oval, but not a complete oval. If this is an oval, it's getting a little bit more short and it's getting a little bit more fat. So it's in between, okay? In between. The reason for that is because our pupils, or what are they called? Pupils are the actual inside of the eye, but is it the iris? I don't know. Anyway, it's not a perfect circle because it's stretching along this perfect circle, the eyeball. I feel like I'm getting too technical. Anyways, then what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're just gonna put a dot in the middle where that cross intersects. This is gonna be yeah, that's the pupil. Pupils dilate, so yeah. So this is gonna be the actual pupil, right? Awesome. If you look at, or if you are looking at a reference, you don't need one, but if you are looking at a reference, you'll notice that whenever you have color in the eye, it goes from dark to light, right? And that's what creates like the depth and stuff in the eyeball. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Pen pressure here is important. So this is heavy and this is light. Because this is a circle, that means that when light touches it, it's going to kind of curve. And if you guys are confused on like why this is a curve and why things curve, you guys should go and study light on objects. Going back to the whole light study thing and the whole pen pressure thing, we're gonna start shading in our eyeball. So from dark to light, and all I am doing is taking less and less pressure off of my pen or pencil. Cool, oh my gosh, look, wow, an eyeball. It's kind of getting there, right guys? And again, I'm just darkening this because it's the eyelash. I'm gonna darken this corner too, just a little bit, nothing crazy. Now, since this is gonna be the thickest part of the eyelashes, then that means by default, this is where the tear duct is going to be. If you guys don't know what a tear duct is, it's basically where your tears come out of. It's the little pink button that's in your eye. Anyway, so all I'm going to do right here is I'm just making a little dent at the end of this curve here that we made. And then this bottom one is just going to come around and join it and make the duct. So all I did was do this. That's all I did. Okay, so we have our eyelid, right? If you guys happen to notice, we have a crease in our lid. And I always add just a little bit here on the bottom just so that it looks like it's continuing, you know? So you know how we made the circle in the beginning? The reason why that's important is because it's going to help us look for the creases in the flesh. Add all these little details, and if you start looking at eyeballs, you'll notice that we have like a little fat flap on the bottom of our eye as well as the top of our eye. Boom. Jams. Cool. See? And I did the same thing on the top and the bottom. All I did was this thing. I just went, huh? And then I went, huh, on the bottom. And then I shaded it with a couple just lines. That's all I did. Okay. Stop getting so ahead of yourself, kid. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna erase all of this extra crap as best as I can, okay? Oh gosh, oops, hit the mic. So now we're gonna do eyelashes. You can make them as long or as luscious as you want them to. They're the easiest way to imagine eyelashes. I'm sure you guys have seen this on like Instagram, maybe Facebook, maybe some other social media. But you're gonna take your lid and you can draw these little bumps underneath, just like half moon shapes, that's all. Or half circle. Half moon, half circle, whatever you want. Anyway, and then you bring them out, and then they get longer towards the end, just like regular eyelashes. And then they get shorter as you go out that way. So you could do that, and then you can fill them in. So once you guys kind of get used to this whole concept, right? This thing, you can start to imagine where those bumps would be on your eye. So I'm not going to really draw them out, but there's probably starting from, I don't know, I like to start from the middle. Starting from the middle. Yeah. Eyelashes are hair, so they're not going to be completely filled in, you know? I don't know. That's just a personal thing. And then on the bottom, you're not really going to make, I don't know. It depends on how luscious the eyelashes are. But down here, I make little ones like that. Or sometimes they're just lines, you know? Boom, boom. But they're going to be far more spread out and definitely not as luscious, so that people can tell, oh, this is the top and this is the bottom, you know? Like I said, if you feel like you need it to be darker, if you feel like you need to add some of those lines that the eyeballs have, what have you, if you need to make it darker in some areas, if you need to make it thinner, it's totally up to you. And that's all you ever see artists do whenever they're like in one spot for a long time, like in speed draws. They're just touching stuff up that they don't like, that's all. It's time for shading. If you want to maybe create a softer gradient, and take your finger, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off. Take your finger and you can just smudge it. But it'll probably smudge, got big old fat fingers like I do. It'll probably smudge something else. Or you could use a blending step, or you could even take a piece of your paper. Take a corner piece of your paper. And if you're good at rolling, and then take whichever end you think would be better. And you can kind of twist it into a point. twist it, pinch it, whatever you gotta do. But anyway, take one of these. Ooh, blending, magic. Continuing onward and forward. If you want to keep using your little dude to blend and smudge so you don't get graphite on your finger, what have you, you can do that too. You're just gonna smudge out your shadows. That's really, really dark, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase some of this stuff. And then maybe smudge out some more. Cool, great. Everybody with me so far? Awesome, yeah. So I'll go into this lash line maybe, make it pop out. If this doesn't feel as sharp as I feel like it needs to be, I'll go in here and touch it up some more. That's all I'm doing. Typically, this is just kind of a rule of thumb, typically the, I mean, people style their eyebrows however they want, so you can make your own eyebrow. But the point of the eyebrow is typically towards the side of the face, so it's always going to be kind of off on this side if you're just drawing a standard eyebrow. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Now, with the eyebrow, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Close together, far apart, whatever you want to do. But, can I zoom in? Oh, I can't. I should have been doing that from the beginning. Anyway. So this is the front, so it's going to be thinner, lighter. Can you guys see that? Yeah, cool. Boom, 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 boom. And then I'm just coming backwards the opposite way if I need things to be darker. And this, going the opposite way, it gives you, I don't know, for me, it seems like it helps me fill in the gaps. If you want to shape the eyebrow because the person that you're drawing is wearing makeup and they're perfect and they're just amazing, and go ahead and shape the eyebrow any way you want. If you feel like this needs shading, go ahead and use some shading. You can use your little guy, this dude, or you could just go in here with your pencil. And again, all I'm doing is lines. And you can do like blockout shading almost. I don't know, I seem to really like this style of shading the most. Oh, it's a little bit too much. I don't know if it's called blockout shading, but that's the best way I can explain it. Boom. That's how I draw my eyes. And again, if you feel like there's maybe a little bit more of a deeper shadow in here, make your own little eyeball, your own little world, you know? If you feel like things need to get darker, deeper, it's up to you. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I have for you. You know, just because I have no shame. Boom. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.